Hey there! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Rose if you're new here. Today I went to go put my car to wash, and so now I'm just walking around the streets of Vila Franca do Campo, and I think I'm going to take you guys with me. If you're new here, my name is Rosa. I live on San Miguel Island, and my objective here is to share my journey with you guys and a little bit of my culture. If you ever come here to San Miguel, you'll see a lot of these fountains. This is very common to see in our streets. Back then, people would drink water from these, and you also see some with kind of like a section where it goes inside. Horses used to drink from these too. You'll see that around San Miguel a lot too. There are a lot of people who drive tricycles here. This street takes you to Pintus and some apartment buildings down over there. And right over here, this is the cemetery. This is Vila Franca Cemetery. If you don't know what a cemetery looks like in Portugal, or at least in the Azores, it's usually closed off by a big gate. And this is what it looks like. I'm not going to film too much because I don't want to disrespect the dead. Here are the apartment buildings that I was talking about. And this here is Pintus. This changed to Pintus last summer. It used to be called Solmar, but Pintus bought this area or this building, and now it's Pintus. It's very similar. The products are the same, but the company changed. The escalator is really slow in here, so I always walk up. This here is the roundabout, and if you go in that direction, you're going to Aguadaltes. And if you go in the other direction, you're going to the middle of Vila Franca do Campo. This here is a park. People can come and work out here. There used to be a playground over there, but citizens destroyed it, unfortunately. Now over here we have a Surarena. This is just, I guess you could compare it to a YMCA, although there's no pool inside. It's just where sometimes if there's any event going on, they usually use this center, and also sports events, anything like that. Here we have a statue of a dog. This is actually a Portuguese breed. It is called Filho de São Miguel. So São Miguel cattle dog, and this was made in 2009, I believe. This was from a dog contest. Here's a little information if you want to read this. You can put pause right now. Right over here, there's a church. We call this Igreja dos Frades. And there's also a garden right in front of there, which was actually the garden where my parents took their wedding photos. We call it Jardim dos Marrecos, so like the garden of ducks, because there used to be so many ducks in that garden. We'll see if there's still any ducks in this garden. But it's not actually called Jardim dos Marrecos. The official name is on the over there on the. I'm not gonna cross here. I might get run over. Let's find a crosswalk. No, transit here is not as bad as it is in North America. When we visited Boston, well, we were in Fall River. To cross the street, it was very difficult. See, I can cross the street here without a crosswalk. I shouldn't. I can get a fine, but it's not that serious here. This is just a statue. It's this statue. This is the priest. I actually met this priest. He would give mass in that church over there. You can see the top of it. I'll show it to you in a second. But first, let's look at this church, which we call the Igreja dos Frades. This church now only opens when there's a funeral or a wedding. Let's cross the street. And I'm going to do it now, and I'm going to run. Okay, not running actually. So, here, this is for a sport. So this is the name of the garden. And this is for a sport. I'm not sure if it's racket. How would you call it? Where you use the racket and you hit the ball. It's an English sport, I believe. It's not used as much as it used to be. And here's a beautiful garden. Let's walk inside, shall we? Not sure if there's any workers here. There is. It's okay. So this garden is called Jardim Antônio da Silva Cabral. And here's a little bit of information if you want to pause here and look about that. There are duckies. So this is why it is called Jardim dos Marrecos, because there's always so many ducks in the little pond that we have here. It is a beautiful garden. And not only ducks, but there are pigeons. Looking back up where we came from. There's a lot of men working over there, so I don't want to disturb them. can come in. There's many ways you can come into the garden. There's this little bridge. My parents took photos over there by those big trees. This here, what they're building, is actually new. This didn't exist before, that wooden... I'm not sure what they're building there, it's not done. Here are the fountains. More duckies. See, typically when you go to a garden, you'll see the name of the flora. So this is the tree. The pond is empty. This statue here is Padre Neshfreda, so that's another priest. He died in 1943, way before I was born. They're still dismantling the nativity scene. It was a wooden nativity scene. Just a nice place to sit for a little while. Look at the flowers. It's not springtime. In the spring there's usually more flowers. Everything's kind of dead right now. I've seen old pictures of this over here. I think it used to be like a gas station. Well, it's not an actually gas station, but there was like a pump here. And there, over there, that's the church that I was talking about. That church tells Mass. It's closed right now, so we can't go inside to see, but it's pretty. This here is a school. Now on this street you can go two ways. You can either go that way or this way. That way is a more busy street, and this way is a less busy street. We're gonna go down this time. So if we keep going forward, that'll take you to another garden and the municipal building. We're gonna go down this way by the sea. We'll go later up. Vila Franca is made up by two parishes, São Pedro and São Miguel. Don't get confused by the island's name. It's the same name, the parish. Right now we're in São Pedro. A little bit more over there to the front, you're in São Miguel. The ocean is kind of angry today. That's what we say in Portuguese. There's workers here. This beach was renovated a couple months back. And that is our islet. We love Vila Franca de Campo, the Princess Ring. That is one of the most famous tourist attractions. If you can hear me under all of these, over all of these waves. I'm not gonna get too close so I don't get wet, but gonna try and get just a little bit more close to see the beach. This was part of the renovations. I don't think this was here before. At least I don't remember it. Yeah, see. This is just what winter is like here. In the summer it's not this agitated. So over there at the end you can see our harbor. In Portuguese we call that a porto. It is where the boats are parked. It's probably 5 to 10 minutes by walking from where I am right now. Okay, let's say goodbye to the sea and move on. There used to be a fort right over there, and I just noticed they knocked it down. They knocked down history. That's so strange. You probably can hear me better now. Less waves. You'll see a lot of this cobblestone still on the island if you ever come here to San Miguel. There are parts where they're not allowed to take it out, because it's part of the history. We're gonna walk up a different street now. This is not the same street we came down. This street will take you to San Miguel Church and to the Pedro Church, and there's also a garden there. Just so you know, we're now not in San Pedro, we are now in San Miguel. Right over here, this corner in front of us, with the door open, this is a crença. This is the newspaper. Vila Franca's newspaper comes from here. It's quite a busy hour here now. Right over here, this is São de Pedro's São João da Pedra Church. We have a huge festival on this in August, the end of August. Over there is Town Hall, the municipal building that I was talking about. There's a bell there, it strikes every hour. Right over there, you can't see it because the garden is covering it, but there is San Miguel Church. And this here is the garden. There are still Christmas decorations up here. Let's see if we can get information on the garden. This garden is pretty small. There's a little fountain right there in the front, in the center. And it is called Jardim Inteiro de Campo. We have a little information on that. Small garden. Has much more to it. This is Vila Franca's pharmacy. Oh, and here's the church from the front. Senhor Bom Jesus de Pedro. It's not open. I think it is open actually. You can go inside if you want to. Over here is the famous Saraiva. This is where they sell ice creams and coffee, and they even have cakes. The ice cream here is the best on the island. There's San Miguel Church. This church has survived earthquakes. Cannonballs. Do you see that over there? There's a hole on the wall of the church. That is said to be a cannonball from pirates back then. I'm gonna go up the street. We're gonna go to the Tailu, which is the butcher shop. This is Vila Franca's main street. It's the busiest street of Vila Franca. And we're waiting to cross. There used to be a phone booth over here. They took it out because it's not used anymore. And we're now at the Tal. Right over here, around the corner, it's the first store on the street. And if you ever visit San Miguel and you want to eat meat, I really recommend this butcher shop. It has the best service and the best meat. So the only thing I bought here was ground beef, and it was $7.90 a kilo, and I got 1 kilo in a little bit. So that was my total here at the butcher shop. I've been on the island for 11 years, and I came directly to live in Agua Dulce, which is 10 minutes, not 10 minutes, so maybe 20 minutes. Depends on how fast you're walking, by foot, and 5 minutes by car. And Vila Franca is where my school was, so I know this place like the back of my hand. It's a very calm place, which I very admire. I prefer living in Vila Franca than Punta Delgado. Next, we're going to get my nephew and godson. He's both things to me. His name is Santiago, and he is like a son to me. And I plan on going to eat an ice cream if he's up to it. If he doesn't want ice cream, I think I'm still going to eat it. Hola! É bom? Tu gostas deste chocolate? Okay guys, this is the end of the video. My car is ready to be picked up. Thank you for walking around the villa with me. Bye. It looks like it's going to rain, so hopefully I get home to take my clothes off the line before it does rain. Don't forget to leave your like, it really supports my channel.
Like this video.
Don't forget to comment down below and subscribe so you don't miss future content. Until next time, bye!